Okay, so I think firstly I say try not to get too close with the hands there. Need to get a little bit more room. There's a little bit more there. Could get a smidgen more if truth be told, but I don't want to go too far because obviously we're towing the ball a bit more with this new swing. So in terms of the swing now, if we look at your back swing, this was your old one. Club whipping in there. That's now your new one there. Put in the next frame. There. So it's still a little bit inside, but not as much, okay? If we look at the actual, we sort of do it frame by frame now, bit by bit. The club now you can see is starting to go a bit, that's a bit more upright, that club.
Yeah.
That club's more upright, that club's still flatter.
Yeah.
He's now more towards the golf ball, he's out towards the middle of the screen on the right. So the club now is starting to work where the club now is actually much more in an upright position here. Left arm now is up and above his shoulder line there. Left arm is a little bit underneath it, but for me the thing is we could bring the golf club back down now. Your hands now are in front of your chest. You look when you come back down here now, hands now behind your chest, so you're trying to get that club back from behind you by getting flatter and too far behind. The club just can't square up, so the club's going back way from inside now, trying to get the club back out your way. You sort of get it back in front there now, and we sort of square the club up quicker, so you get the club in a good line there, but you've done so, as we saw the front camera, by sort of almost early hinging. So the club now, if your correct release of the club when the ball was going this way, your club was back here. When you over release the club, you get the club here, but you thump the ground behind the ball. So either lesser two evils really. So as this club's going back in now, nicely now in front of you, good strike, we can release the body through to target. As I say, there's a little bit of a toey sensation because you've been leaking a few shots out this way. You've been almost trying to pull them to the left to do whatever you can to hit the ball left. And the more left you try to swing it, the more toe end you're going to get it, and the more heavy the mat's going to be struck. We want that club to be up in front of you so you can feel like you can release the body and the club to target without trying to feel the need to try and throw that right arm, try and pull it across the left. Anything you can do to try and send it somewhere anti-right is what you're getting at the moment, and that's what it looks like at the moment. You're swinging the club to try and stop that drift, and the more left you pull your arms, the more cutty you might get the shot. If you stay on the inside and just release the club on the natural path inside, it's that pushy cutty one to the right. Okay, so club up more in front, a little bit more hinge of the wrist going back, and we can allow for sort of a natural release at impact, not trying to right elbow it this way and just thump the ground behind the ball, because you've certainly lost a bit your strike, haven't you, and certainly distance is going to be losing 5-10 yards with it. The mat first, okay, or ground first, okay. Does that make sense? So it's a bit more in front, it's more of a natural position. I think for you, the way you swing the club, and you like it to be a little bit more upright, a little bit more fadey, that kind of needs to get the club a bit more up in front of you rather than getting stuck behind. Once that club gets stuck behind, it's a horrible position to get into. It's tough to sort of get the club back to the golf ball without having to sort of excessively use that right elbow to scrum up. But what feels to you a massively increased hinge up in the club in front is still a little bit, as we can see, behind yet. Not much, just enough. It's progression from where you were though, Steph, to inside to more online to more the other way, okay?